YouTube. Okay, so this is going to be like a little bit of a different reaction video today because, as you all probably know, I am currently going through Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker for the first time, over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thenamishay. Which, if you guys want to come and check out my first playthroughs, please feel free to come and hang out in the Twitch chat. Absolutely would love to have you over there. We always have a really fun time. The reactions are always very genuine and raw. But today is a little bit of a different video because, unfortunately, both myself and my mod forgot to highlight my first couple of scenes of Endwalker. So what I'm sort of deciding to do today is I am going ahead and sort of replaying through the first couple of the first couple of cutscenes, just so that you guys can sort of, I guess I'm gonna try and replicate my reactions as best as I can, just so that we can share this to YouTube as well. I thought I did highlight my videos quite well, but unfortunately it does not seem that they saved. So this is sort of why I'm deciding I'll come to the inn, I'll watch the first couple of cutscenes up to where I sort of remember ending, because it was only the first stream that did not get highlighted. I'm pretty sure it was up until the end of Old Charlie and New to You. So we'll watch the next ship to sail, Old Charlie and New to You. I might watch A Seat at the Last Stand, but I'm pretty sure it was only the first two there that I sort of remember. So I don't know, we'll see sort of like what happens, and I hope that you guys enjoy. I do apologize that unfortunately it's not going to be my original raw reaction, but I still wanted to try and just recreate my reactions as best as I could to the first couple of cutscenes of Endwalker, because so far I am absolutely obsessed and I really want to share, I really want to be able to share my entire reaction with you guys. And by the way, if anyone does want to go check out any of my other socials, make sure that you check out everything just down below. But yeah. I forgot we started in Limsa. I mean, technically we started in Mordona, but I guess like the cutscene starts.
They've almost finished loading
here.
our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Ffxiv came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon
I
reflection
can't
that
cry
every
because
twist
I'm
of
streaming
time's river
soon.
and fate's whims
But I
are
wanted
wrought
to
into
do this
sharp
now,
relief.
while I was like ready for stream.
Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Ffxiv of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
God, I love Ali saying so much.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian?
I love that Estinian
Sir
is
Estinian?
finally joining us. Like, it's crazy.
Are we
I
strangers
never
newly
thought that
met?
like
Why
Estinian
this
would join
stiff
us like this.
formality?
He's always been like away.
Merely meant it as a professional
And like he's
courtesy,
finally
since we're now
like an
colleagues
official
in an official
scion.
sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company.
I love their friendship.
Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
Little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Their friendship is so
Better.
fucking gorgeous. Oh, hi! Tataru! AKA
Are you
Fiora
all right, Tataru?
from
You
Xenoblade
seem
Chronicles.
positively distraught.
My husband!
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I will protect you. Oh, I didn't actually realize that, like, we still get to choose. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. No sense worrying about the things we're powerless to change. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Sharlayan!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
I promise, Tataru. I love that husband is standing next to us! As it should be. Jonathan Bailey, we love you. Please don't ever leave being a Hatia. However, in saying that, I'm very fucking proud of him. I also probably should have changed what my...
forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be
I
divined.
still cannot believe this is Emmett Selk.
And in flux.
I never thought that Emmett
In
Selk
uncertain
would be
times,
the one
naught but the simplest words of wisdom will
telling our tale of
suffice.
Endwalker. But it kind
Which
of makes sense, I
lives
guess.
is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
I'm getting goosebumps again. I'm actually getting goosebumps rewatching this. I'm getting goosebumps.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
Hi,
Though we're hardly alone in
husband.
that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Oh, look at the twins just fast asleep. Who are you? Technically, I know who it is, but
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think.
I won! Ah!
And thus do we meet
Let
face
her
to
love
face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
It's Mummy! It's Mummy! Why no, Hylan?
After your sojourn in the first, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Hydaelyn has always been, a primal.
I still can't believe that Hydaelyn's a primal.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, Then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet
Hydaelyn
again.
is literal
And soon.
mummy. Like, mummy vibes. I love her.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taken a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Like I said, okay, like I said on stream though, when I first started this.
There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
So pretty! Sharlayan is probably my favorite city-state.
Home.
I
at
want
last.
Yoshi P
Well,
and Square Enix
maybe not in Father's eyes.
to make a
But we'll
residential
manage on
area
our
for
own,
the Warriors of
if we
Light. Like,
must.
please, we need it. Yoshi P, please.
You do know
A Sharlayan
you're
residential
not alone in
area.
this, don't you?
Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Music!
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no
I still
greater
want
concentration of
fucking get my
wisdom
hands on
in all the world.
Portuguese.
I
AK
am
Fortunaut.
confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Because how dare he disown his own two children? I will literally throw hands.
The solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of
Oh,
scholars,
the Sharlayan
academics hold
music. This
all
is why
manner
I'm
of
currently
knowledge and
in the
secrets.
Sharlayan Inn, is because
Once,
it's
they
so
deigned to accept
aesthetically
foreign students into a distant
pleasing.
colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Ala Megan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Sharlayan at night especially is just gorgeous.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
I mean, except for me and Estinian.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Crown's laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Cryel. I can finally say Cryel's name correctly. Thank you so much to my Twitch chat.
Here. It might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
It's Catboy's turn!
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Best boy!
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Okay.
Ishtola rule.
Ishtola rule. I get a feeling I get the feeling Alize and Alphino get like...
That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I feel so bad for Alize and Alphino. Literally, my twins do not deserve to be ignored.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Now, who do we have here?
You should know who they are. The Livias.
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Fucking Forches! Let me at him! Let me at him!
While such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
The day I get my hands on freaking Fortional,
we shall keep that in mind.
Protect the twins at all costs, okay?
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Cheyenne Nicole, adventurer by trade. Cheyenne Nicole, Artian. Cheyenne Nicole, champion of Eorzea. I mean, technically we are a champion. So I mean, not to humble myself, but like...
And it is a title well earned, I can assure you.
An adventurer by trade is what your documentation indicates. No mention of this particular title. Self-appointed, I take it. Either way,
fucking self-appointed my ass.
Your character, so I shall,
fair enough,
albeit reluctantly, grant you entry. Champion.
Champion.
And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formerly, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
So taciturn.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
Probably.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information.
Honestly, I can
which may
only
aid
imagine.
us
Like,
in
all I
achieving
hear
that
when I
goal.
hear "Come What May" is the Endwalker
first
trailer
involves an
and then Fortunal being
investigation
like,
into
"Come
the
What
change
May."
which has come over Sharlayan. Not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
No!
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your
Self-fucking
decision.
appointed!
Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself,
Clearly
I shall
Sharlayan has not
continue what
heard
I've
of the
begun in
champion of
Sharlayan.
Eorzea.
I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Spend time with the husband. Spend time with the boys.
Alice and I would
Husband,
also
boys.
like to help,
Husband,
if you would
boys.
have us.
Husband, boys.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire. And though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Right, we're all set.
Right, we're all set.
Just the 4 of you, was it?
I mean, there's definitely not 5 of us.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Ffxiv.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
I
well,
love
never
the
mind.
fact we're
If our
literally
3
just
travellers
test
could line
subjects
up
here.
Please? Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be soaring through ether. Literally sounds like I'm gonna get, like, ether sick, but, like, okay.
Oh, and one last thing.
Say sick,
You
ether
might
thick.
experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. I forgot how far away Thavnar actually is from Sharlayan.
Ffxiv, home to city-state Ruds
Thavnia.
Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders
I
at
can
bay.
definitely sense the
For a time.
India vibes of Thavnia.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh god. Is this what they meant by ethereal sickness?
What chance?
Meanwhile, Estinian is just like, you know, fine. We're dropping like flies! Ah!
Against
Hey, it's
such
the
an
Reaper
insidious foe.
questline music!
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Yeah. Is that really a good
There was
idea,
a note
though?
with Kryle's instructions. Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I have my reactions to that. We brave the world, one step at a time, despite the ethereal sickness.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can
I
see.
already forgot what his name is, like, past this, but he's still so cute.
I am Vashan, servant to the
Vashan.
satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women.
The
If
fact he's a
you will
servant, a servant, but he's a child.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
The fact that's the way that they just
Yes, my
like
friends.
work up.
Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
We were sent by Kryel. You might know her.
Of course. You're the one Kryel sent.
Kryel.
The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
I really love the India
The winds have
vibes,
shifted.
the Indian
I feel
vibes
it.
that
The end to our toil is near.
Thavnir, like, bring out.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood,
You yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
See here.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
I forgot about that moment.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
God, I forgot about that.
No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
I completely forgot
As you may have
about
guessed,
that.
I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your Mistress Kryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation. Yes, that would be Radzad Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
Radzat Han?
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce
I
has
love her
all but
voice
ground to a
acting.
standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
I mean, technically, we did say that this is the Final Fantasy XIV version of India, didn't we? What can you tell me of the strap? Do you trust this satrap? What can you tell me about it? I'm gonna need a little bit of a refresher.
Well, he is the most important person in Radzat Han. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga.
Matanga?
The Gajasura and the Arkasodra.
Joshua?
When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the war like Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates the solution.
Okay, so I did say that correctly.
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzat Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Ooh. Okay.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers. What do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned.
And thus the voice actor
We
passes
cannot
the
escape
baton.
the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
It is the same voice actor as the end of Shadowbringers, right? It does sound like a little bit deeper, maybe? I was not expecting to see Daniel right there, though. So I do apologize for the scream. It was him, though, but like... I still screamed. At least it wasn't as piercing as it was my reaction to someone else. I was alt-tabbed for the scream. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, wait, no, do you mean like you heard me scream? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to peek if I did. I'm so sorry. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Several screams will play in sequence. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Grahatia? No, I said husband's name correctly. Has it really been that long since I played 14 that now my mind's just going blank on names? My thanks again for your assistance. With your helps, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. The Great Grahatia army when Materia opened was not something— Wait, what? Oh, wait, did I? Oops. I just disrespected the boy. No! I'm disgusted with myself. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you both look excellent. Not gonna lie, was not expecting that to be just a read one. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. Nidana. You can have Graha. Oh, good. Oriange is the best. I do love Oriange. However, that fucking man needs to like have like a little bit better in terms of like English reading so that I'm not having to freaking fundle my words every single time I read a cutscene that Oriange has. It would seem the stores of Giant Scowl are running low. What? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Oriange told everyone about their tempering cure. And Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. We will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. Large. Cheyenne, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant scowl? In case you're not familiar, giant scowl is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines. Alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose you once more? Grahatia. Thank you. Upon leaving the grounds, please seek out a man named Nahar he will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand on my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nidana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamza to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Here are our Hamza. Shay, if the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamza have been kept as livestock in Thafna, and many a Heartbroken may be around here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination, but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. Stretching out over the water is called the sword legend holds was wielding the Manzara against the Maga before it was cast down at conflict's end. What is going on? Kikoro, welcome in. How are you doing? To the left and requiring no introduction is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. Why? Almost there. Through the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. It was funny that you called it a 5G tower. That's what everyone else has called it. Oh my god, wait. Holy damn. Why? I just my facial expression though, what the heck? I was not expecting that to be like a whole moment. It threw me off and I missed like the first few like crossword cutscene moments, but anyway. And here we are, manned by the Radiant host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, who should it be but young Vasharan? Feel free to correct me. On an errand for the Satrap. I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive his Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, fuck. Your predencia too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over. I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the Satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do on my own volition, and gladly I pray you do not think ill of his Excellency. You would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabadine. Thank you. Nabdeen. And who might you be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce you. Shia Nicole of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the Talesman. What is the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of us are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Vasharan the latest reports and answer any questions he may have. It occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. About you, the visitor from Eorzea, is there anything you can tell us about the Telephoi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have. Like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. You wish to know about the tower. To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. The Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Naranair? We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. Except for me. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the Talesmen. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Van Daniel's Tower! Speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Radzat Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream died up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hemza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Hi, this is indeed the Giant Scale grounds. I am the Zainara. Is there anything you require? Giant Scale for the alchemists, you say? But of course, they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and it is the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. deliver it. Let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Welcome back. Dare I hope you have the giant scale? Oh, my such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Directly MSQ, because I want to take my time with MSQ. But when I do MSQ streams, I want to just do some MSQ. The music!
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Hi, boys! Is Estinian being good with money?
They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
And you're getting torn apart like an experiment?
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration.
Oh, I hope everything's
The
okay,
victors
Panic.
of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
Speaking of Daniel, is he gonna randomly make a freaking appearance at some point?
Of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope. No words of comfort.
That was a rhetorical question.
And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
I fucking knew it! I knew it!
What is it?
You fucking watching me, bitch. What are you doing watching me? What are you doing?
Are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
I called it and I'm so fucking like... Little bitch fucking saw me and literally saw me turn around and was like, fuck him out of here.
Strong enough to withstand our experiments.
It was like, see ya!
We've named it a warding scale.
Fucking
for the
coward.
time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Nidana! Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations,
Oh god,
then we
I have a
must
lot of
faith
fucking
in them
pressure on my
first.
ass.
And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
Oh fuck me, I have a lot of fucking pressure.
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us.
Fandango.
Be on your guard.
Over the top freaking theater kid.
Shall we be on our way?
Swear to
have
god,
one
if
of
you
the
come out,
soldiers
if
with
you
the
have
hatchet
something
prepare us
fucking,
a
if you have a
boat,
trump
and we can
fucking
set
plan
out
for
in the
me,
North Ocean.
I'm literally gonna
I'll see you then.
whore. What's the bet he's gonna run? What's the bet? He's gonna run back to Xenos and be like, oh, that fucking bitch is like, they have a plan. We gotta act fast. Where am I going? Fuck. Speak with Nidana? Where'd you go? I will definitely be be asking if you guys need the help. It did come back once. Oh. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of the kind and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all of our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. I think I'll sort of like, I'll offer and like the first couple of people who want to, or who like are around. I do like playing with everyone. I like trying to make sure everyone gets involved.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Just be careful, please. If we get ambushed here and something happens...
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
I have a lot of pressure on me.
A few more steps.
Come on, come on, come on. You've got this.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
No worries, Riri.
Now
Please
we
go
can
get some
focus on
rest.
production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
What the fuck? But the talisman worked! Hang on, what? The talisman worked! Nidana should have been fine. Oh god, that's the inside? I don't think I've seen inside one of these like this before. Nidana.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
I should have fucking known.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Fandaniel?
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Bro, you're not making me laugh right now. What the fuck are you doing? Where's your over the top theater kid fucking, you know, acting? Come on. I was like, give fucking Nidana back. Patrons of old? What are you talking about?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Fandaniel, the sundered Ascian.
Oh, wait, are we getting backstory?
I inherited the position and the soul of the Fandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days.
Are we getting Fandaniel backstory?
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Fandaniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
Okay, this one, Daniel, seems different than what I remember.
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Maybe.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met. Day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace.
I do not remember who Armon is.
Fulfilled. And ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing.
Oh, okay. He's speaking to us through
The memory of
Fandaniel at the moment. Okay.
my poor sides.
I was like, is that him?
My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their
Do I get to
own.
see a face? I'm so confused. What the fuck?
For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint, and amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory.
Oh yeah, I know that, but like,
to be satisfied.
I'm confused.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast
Xander?
empire or full one's treasure vault.
I feel like I need to do the Crystal Towers again. I feel like I need to do the Crystal. I feel like I need to pay more attention to the names of the bosses. I'm confused.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take
God, it's
your
so weird
place
seeing Emmett Self with a
amongst
mask.
your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw.
I feel like I need to pay attention
Scheme as you like, build
to the
as you
names
will. Nothing
in the
endures.
Crystal Tower fight. Because I'm
What
confused.
is life? But a brief jaunt, ending in emptiness.
Did he just up and vanish? Daniel, where the fuck do you go? Can you give... You can't just drop all this on me and then fucking vanquish.
So easily distracted. Why? I almost left without saying farewell.
And as I fucking say that, he just comes out of nowhere.
You needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals.
You can't just fucking...
If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades.
Okay, fuck off. Okay, I can see why people fucking hate him now.
Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose.
Okay, maybe my hatred for Daniel is maybe coming to light a little bit. Fucking smart ass fucking theater kid. How'd I find him funny at the end of fucking Shadowbringers? No longer funny, Daniel. Oh. Ugh. Man. I need to like throw it back at some point so I can be like, who the fuck is Hermst are you in the Crystal Tower raid? I love him as a villain, but hate him as a character. You know, he plays the role so well, and he is really entertaining. But that whole encounter just then, what the fuck? He's like a lot more serious in Endwalker, which I guess makes sense. 'Cause, like, this is more so, like, I guess, dealing with him in this expansion. Like, yeah, we were dealing with him in the, like, towards the end of the Shadowbringer patches, because obviously it leads up into Endwalker. But he wasn't as serious, I feel. Like, he made me laugh. And now all of it, like, now I can feel my hatred slowly coming through. It's kind of just like, it's not fully there. But, like, he's not funny. He's not being funny anymore. Which is the, like, oh, that whole encounter. You are returned, but where's Mistress Nidana? Nidana. Manazora Preserve? Just when we had succeeded in making the talesman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Go get coffee. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So, it was Fendaniel after all. Damn that bastard! I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. Clearly, at least we endangered Nidana and the other captives. First, we must inform of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I don't just like Fandaniel, I despise the man with every fiber of my being with 1,000 suns. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidana. Why is it fast? Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly, yes. Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, then that she and all those who were taken might be saved. As alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the Talesman's creation. This fact came to the Satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Scale grounds, and I will show you into the city. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. And I wanted to stream still, so
a vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rods at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
I kind of wasn't expecting Emmett Selk to be commentating for this cutscene moment.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dances.
Oh, you know what?
Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scene.
This entire time,
To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
This place is gorgeous. it really is the Final Fantasy XIV version of India. It's so gorgeous. I don't think you guys actually knew this about me.
Here we are.
I have
Megadata.
an Indian heritage. On my mom's side.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
Okay,
Allow me
maybe
to
it's someone
introduce
different.
myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of
Ahawan.
Radzatan. Our
Ahawan?
alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale.
Okay, maybe I was
Such
thinking of
deeds ought
someone
to be
else.
recognized in person.
Wait, who
Thus
turned
did
us
I have
away?
Young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
But Nidana, she was taken. Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A
Nidana.
regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
Wait, that
You
mute.
travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn. I am Vritra, and for years
Of course the Azure Dragon knew there was a dragon here. What the fuck?
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sonra's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone.
Can we get an 07
In
for
time,
Hirschenfeld, please?
The ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz Athan.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
A charade. Yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
So
I would not be
he
the
pretends
flame
to be
which
the
consumed my
Satrap.
people. Those few who joined me in laying our country's foundations were
To keep peace, is what I'm hearing.
sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
"'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will."
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
Honestly, it makes sense as
I
you're
am
the Azure
woven with
Dragoon.
words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Athan.
Jarvan, hi, welcome in.
With all haste must we take
So much has happened, and
talismans and breach this foul spire.
I have so much information to take in.
Should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength.
Is that where we played as like the Scions?
The most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions.
Okay, I thought so.
And should you agree to this undertaking, More will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the 4 of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radzed Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan and master a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. I can play a materia with no ping? Oh my god, that's been another thing. The ping. Because obviously I'm oceanic. And like, I'm not noticing as much of like a high ping being on materia. Oh, if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the ether right here before departing. Unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. I was so confused. Hi. I will be with you guys as soon as I'm done here. Anyway. Just as I was getting used to Balmi Thavna, so we're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death. We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains, but when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Fair. Okay, well I guess now that we're back here. Okay. Maybe, you know what? I reckon that's going to make a whole lot more sense now that I've done this and I've saved them for last. I should walk away the higher the concentration of cowgirls,